We're down to just one more player. That's going to be Merc readying up, and here we go. All right, let me just make sure everything's good out on IRC. It is. The countdown has begun. It is Warp Sanity versus Commie Bastards for the TWL Alpha Match of the Week. We're playing here on Reactor version B3. ETTV is hooked up, provided by Game Force One, Commission, and Razor House. Grease Gun will be your admin for tonight, so give him all your love. Wow, I'm hitting a few things there. And the match begins. On the Allied side, we do have Warp Sanity starting things out here. So let's take a look at... let me just give you, while we're getting this first battle here, first objective for the Allies is going to be to get a hold of the box of explosives. Now, once they get that box of explosives, they're going to run it all the way across the open courtyard, or they can take the back hallways, take it over to this dilapidated truck, and load it onto the flatbed. Once they load it onto the flatbed, they have to make sure they have the truck rebuilt. They can actually rebuild the truck at any point in time, but the only way the truck starts moving is if both the box of explosives are on the back of the truck and the truck is rebuilt. Lizard right in here, getting that truck rebuilt, getting that part of the whole objective out of the way. Once they do that, the truck goes all the way across, blows open the front gates, and look at this, we have the objective making its way around Ben all the way across. Only took them, well, less than a minute actually. They have 12 minutes on this first half. It's down to 11:03, and the truck is now on the move, heading for those main doors where it's going to blow things wide open and give Allies an access point into the reactor. Now that this main entrance is blown, support fire coming out by Malenkov for Commie Bastards, able to take a few lives just as the front door is open. The battle has begun over the forward bunker. We're seeing a few for Commie Bastards behind it. Nice satchel charge coming out there by Merc. Nice decision by Commie Bastards to have a covert ops there to throw out a satchel charge and do absolute devastation on the flag. Now, one thing to point out, however, is in spite of that satchel charge, we see Warp Sanity already on the other side of this flag. There was a valiant battle, but not a long one. So this, I think, would put Warp Sanity well on their way to getting dynamites planted in both the east and west security doors. Once they plant the security door, the forward... once they blow a security door, I should say, the forward spawn point cannot be reclaimed. Excuse me. So they do have dynamite planted currently at the west security door. They're throwing out grenades to make sure that an engineer can't come through to defuse. East security door is secure, but not for long, as Ben, right outside the door, whips out the flyers. He's going to get that dynamite planted. As soon as he does, the door gets opened by a covert ops coming through here, and it will be Herf masquerading as, who is that? He's masquerading as Clue, sorry. Manages to toss a satchel charge down, gets the controls destroyed, and we're inside the reactor core area here, where both the west and east, Tower 1 and Tower 2 are full of coolant. They got the controls rebuilt. We have, I'm trying to catch up here. These guys are moving awfully fast on this map. With 9 minutes and 12 seconds left to go, we have them already inside. Both doors are blown, and we're basically beginning the battle of the covert ops. Going to be watching for the covert ops to come in here for Warp Sanity. Commie Bastards coming off of their spawn. Merc is going to play an up-high role, trying to play sniper as an engineer, waiting for his opportunity to drop down and rebuild the coolant controls as needed. Here comes Warp Sanity running in right now. You've got Jibba and Jugs. Jibba trying to keep everyone alive. No, wait. Jibba was a covert ops. He can't keep anyone alive. I don't know. Eclipse, oddly enough, I think he was a covert. Tosses out a satchel charge, and for the second time, we hear a satchel charge miss the controls. Not sure what's going on here, but apparently Warp Sanity hasn't practiced their satchel charge placement well enough, and it's causing them a world of hurt and blowing up these controls. Here comes Malenkov as a medic. Eclipse is a medic as well. They're guarding those controls, but they can't do much to destroy them. And you're looking out here, Phoenix. Okay. That's going to be someone on the sidelines. Saw someone get kicked and thought, oh, crap. So we're looking at Coolant Tower number 1 and 2. Still in full control of the Axis team of Commie Bastards. We've got Eclipse sitting right in front. What am I talking? I think I'm getting the teams mixed up again. But anyhow, got Eclipse right in the front here. He's just waiting for the opportunity to do some damage. I totally got the teams backwards. I do that sometimes. Just trying to get inside this game, you know. Ben outside as a medic, leading the way for Warp Sanity. Jugs joining as well. There's Herf as a covert ops, waiting for the go-ahead, tossing out some grenades. Look at that. Throws out a grenade, does some damage to his teammate, and then a little Sten fire. Coming, doing some damage. We got some, where'd the satchel charge come from? Inside here, satchel charge thrown down, maybe by Lizard. Yes, by Lizard for Warp Sanity. Gets the gun controls destroyed. Here come the engineers. Who's going to be the engineer here? I'm watching for it. There it is. Merc coming in for Commie Bastards, trying to rebuild the coolant controls. The coolant tower number 1 is already well below halfway, heading towards that signage. Still no sign of a repair on these controls. There you go. Ill coming off the spawn, gets the repair. But let's watch for that satchel charge coming out. No, wait. No one from Warp Sanity still alive at these controls. So they're going to have to wait for the next spawn in. But you can hear the firefight already heating up. They're on their way in. Grim Reaper around the corner, whips out the satchel charge, throws it in behind. Nicely placed. And they're going to go ahead and get that tank draining. Once again, it didn't get a chance to fill all the way up. So they're doing a great job right here. We're watching coolant tower number 1, approaching the red sign. We're almost dealing with an empty tank here. Finally, we've got a match paused. It's going to be paused by the Axis team of Commie Bastards. Not sure if we're dealing with Canadian internet. Eclipse is complaining about his ping, huh? He's pinging about 125, so he's had some sort of spike going on here. Taking a look at the average ping, 74 is the average ping for the Commie Bastards team, 65 the average ping for Warp Sanity. Basically, most of their team for Commie Bastards well below 50, or around the 50 range, I should say. While their opposition has a couple in the hundreds, and then I guess they're about even really across the board, except for Eclipse's high ping right now is raising the overall ping. And look at Grim Reaper getting a nice little spike there as well. Match has returned to action. Merc right here with his pliers out, getting those coolant controls rebuilt. But, oh, wow, he just barely got that repair done in time for coolant tower number 1. It was near empty, at which point it would have been destroyed and unfillable. So he just barely saves the day on that first coolant tower, extending their opportunity a little bit more, getting closer to a full hold with 6:02 on the clock. Guys, ETTV is available to you. Go visit Pound ETTV on GameSurge or et-center.com. Also come by and say hi to Pound Radio ITG. Another missed covert ops toss. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if maybe they have like some phantom covert ops going out there or what, but the coolant controls still very much in that action here. Both towers are full. We're watching for the next attack to come through. Here's Grim Reaper heading to the top of the towers. Another satchel charge going down with no damage being done. What is up with this? Guys, this map has been available to you. How can you not know how to use your satchels and not know that behind it is a little bit harder to blow than in front of it? I don't know. But we're just seeing a very tough opportunity for Warp Sanity. Finally tossing out a well-placed satchel charge, and tower number 1 begins its probably 4th or 5th attempt at draining. We're seeing it approach the halfway mark as we have the attack coming through by Commie Bastards, fresh off of their spawn, coming out the other side. Here comes the engineer, Ill. Merc on the front, Ill on the back, double teaming those coolant controls, and they will be rebuilt, no problem. Coolant tower number 1, refilling once again. So let's take a look at how Commie Bastards are set up right now. Mostly staying on the bottom level. A couple of times we've seen them send bodies up to the top of the towers, as we are seeing right now from Ill. He's heading up the top of tower number 1. And just waiting for it. He's headed or faced towards the entrances, tossing out grenades. That was a poorly placed grenade right there. Didn't quite make it through the doorway. But, he keeps trying. He's trying to do some defensive work on the side and be prepared to drop down and rebuild those controls when the need arises. Grim Reaper coming in, tosses out the satchel charge to the side, destroying the controls. Coolant tower number 1 once again draining. Ill gonna drop down from the heavens above, whip out the pliers, and start the rebuild on those controls. Bouncing around a little bit. Here comes another attack, but Merc is able to finish the coolant control rebuild. And even though we're seeing a lot of good destruction by the Warp Sanity team, Commie Bastards they're very patient with it. They wait until the rest of the team has managed to clear out the incoming allied forces. Then they drop the engineer around to start doing the rebuild. They have plenty of time because they're able to refill the towers pretty much every run. Another satchel coming out. They're starting to get the hang of it. Grim Reaper gets the satchel in just the right position behind the controls. Tower number 1 is draining. Who is left for Warp Sanity inside? Absolutely no one, and that's going to, again, cause some problems. Wait, here comes Lizard. No, not going to make it far, as Merc is almost done rebuilding the coolant controls once again. And you hear it. Coolant controls repaired. Coolant tower number 1 refilling. They got it down to about the halfway point before the refill started again. There you go. A nice back-to-back coolant control destruction. And that may get them coolant tower number 1, but Merc is right there. You can hear the pliers doing their job, waiting to see if Merc is going to survive this one. Jibba tries to come down and do damage, but he falls to his death instead. And there you go. The coolant controls rebuild. Here comes Warp Sanity once again from outside. They're sending all their forces in. There you go. Third time's the charm. They're almost ready to get coolant tower number 1 completely empty. They got 3 back-to-back satchel charges on there before it could be refilled. And even though you're seeing some movement by their engineer, tower number 1 is going to be destroyed. Tower number 2 now beginning its depletion, and Merc has dropped down to do some repair on there. Look at Grim Reaper coming through. Nice work clearing out the opposing engineer. And now look at those coolant tower number 2 with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock. Tower number 2 under halfway, approaching the red sign. Here come Merc. Yeah, they've repaired the gun controls, or the coolant controls, but a satchel charge immediately goes down and obliterates their bodies. Coolant tower number 2 almost empty, and they repaired the controls just before tower number 2 was destroyed. Misplaced satchel charge may spell destruction for the Warp Sanity crew, because this coolant tower number 2 is going to be able to refill. Cannot believe how many times they've missed their satchel charges there in destroying those coolant controls. Coolant tower number 2 now over halfway full, approaching the all the way full mark, and finally Warp Sanity starting to get back in here off the spawn. I think coolant tower number 2 is going to make it to all the way full before they get the satchel charge down. There it is, satchel charge coming in from Ben. And they're going to have coolant tower number 1 draining, but Eclipse is right there to get the rebuild going. Ill going to join him as well. In fact, how many engineers do they have now? Let's take a quick look at that. Let's see, 3 covert ops and 3 medics for the Warp Sanity crew. No surprises there. Commie sporting. I thought so. No, wait, only 3 engineers. I thought they might have had 4 there, just based on how many bodies were going at that. They may have passed off the load to a couple of people, just changing their roles. But you have the controls intact. Tower number 2 is full. 40 seconds left to go. They need to destroy it now. And even now, I still haven't figured out. If anyone knows the time that it takes to drain the tower, please let me know. The coolant controls have been destroyed. 28 seconds left to go. It continues to drain. Looking for the engineer. There's Ill dropping down. Eclipse joining them. They've got the rebuild going on right now on the coolant controls. Can they get it? 18 seconds yet. And yes, they repair the controls. Where is Warp Sanity? They're coming inside through the east side, throwing out the satchel charge. They destroy the controls, but it's going to be too late. 8 seconds left on the clock. The coolant tower number 2, while draining fast, is just not draining fast enough. And we are going to see a full hold of Warp Sanity. Commie bastards able to hold them off the whole time. Warp Sanity, they had a great start. I really thought they were going to pull it off there in an impressive time, but once they got inside, the defensive work on the towers, like I said, the ability of Commie bastards to hold off their engineers until they had a clear shot of rebuilding those controls, and the fact that the supporting staff was able to get in there and actually clear out the opposition from the allied team is what really came through for them. So nicely played. Good games being exchanged. Let's take a look at efficiencies really quick while we have a moment. Top efficiency is going to be 60%. Efficiency going out to Commie Clue. Lowest efficiency, 27%. That one goes out to Herf from Warp Sanity. 9 kills, 24 deaths. Just barely eclipsed by 2 of his teammates that came very close to having as low of efficiency as he did. So they had a pretty tough round that time, but they kept throwing bodies at it. They came awfully close to setting a time, but close is not good enough. Waiting on 5 more players to ready up as we continue to watch this Commie Bastards versus Warped Sanity. Starting to get the hang of the names here. I do not know why. Back here on Inside the Game as the match has just begun. 11:46 on the clock, and we're watching to see what's going to happen now that Commie Bastards have taken the reins of the allied side of this war. We're watching out here as the explosions have already heated up. Check out all of the artillery support being called on top of the shack that has the box of explosives inside. Well, the truck has been repaired, but that's only half of the first objective. Now, Commie Bastards have to get inside, grab the box, and make it all the way over to the other side of the Great Expanse. With the various explosions that have been called by the Warp Sanity team, this could be a difficult proposition for these guys. But we're actually seeing no sign of them as yet. Wait, nope, here comes Red Zone. Can't even make it through the door before he is gunned down by some mobile MG fire. He does get a nice grenade kill while he's at it. Eclipse coming through and reviving him. Got a hold of the box of explosives. Merc picks it up, but he doesn't make it far. Now we have a Warp Sanity in here trying to do some damage, or trying to get things back in control. Grim Reaper going to hang out around the corner. Ben inside behind the crates. Got a little health out there just in case he needs it, but the box of explosives right now, not much happening. Merc runs in, knows exactly where Ben's at, but he can't do much damage because Ben dead on shot with his Thompson. And it's actually very calm inside this shack right now. Here come the Commie Bastards. Eclipse running through. He's going to be alone. Ben revived by his teammate, and Eclipse cannot make it out without any support. Objective returned, and Red Zone coming in. Red Zone this time joined by Clue. These guys trying to make it out. Gets a lot of fire coming his way, but Red Zone makes it behind the boulders and back inside. As a medic, he's going to be able to wait. He's getting shot down by Jibba. Jibba chasing him. Red Zone down to a sliver of health. Going to have to wait for that to come back before he continues his run with the box of explosives. Tosses out a couple of health packs there. And now that he's healthy and escorted by pretty much his entire team, he's going to make the move towards the truck. You can hear it, artillery support being called outside in front of that truck. The truck not yet damaged because it's still in its protected alcove. But here come the Commie Bastards. Red Zone heading outside, almost to the truck. Gets tripped up by a teammate. Fortunately, Merc able to pick up the objective. Actually, no, it wasn't Merc. It was Eclipse who picked up the objective. Does he realize that he has it? Or did it get returned? Gosh, now I'm confused because I swear I saw that dropped outside. Maybe it didn't get dropped outside. Eclipse picked it up. He is now making his way towards the truck. Heavy fire coming his way, but that fire will not slow him down. He gets the truck loaded up. It's on its way. It's going through the artillery support, trying to stay intact. And I don't know if the truck can be damaged once it starts this, but it is coming towards those main doors. The main doors have been blown wide open, but let's compare. Last time, less than a minute for Warp Sanity to get through those main doors. This time, with Commie Bastards at the helm, it took them just over 3 minutes. It's now 8:40 on the clock. The battle has begun for the forward bunker. You can hear it. The action is intense. The battles are getting crazy. There's another bit of damage. You can hear the explosions. No bodies will be revivable off of that one. Forward bunker grabbed by Ill from Commie Bastards, but he can't stay alive. However, check that out. Security doors both have been planted. Somehow we got, well, who was it that got past on one side? Let me just take a look there. Jugs found Malenkov and managed to get dynamite planted at the east side. Nice. Okay, so Malenkov at the east side. Not sure who got the west side, but the west side did get defused. Once this door blows, it won't matter about the forward bunker. Here comes an engineer, Herf. He gets there just with 5 seconds left. Can he get the defuse in time? He gets it with 1 second remaining at the east security door. That is cutting it awfully close. Even 1 second later, that thing would have blown, taken him with it. So now the forward spawn point is securely in the Axis clutches. The Allies have got to get back inside, get their engineers down there, try another plant, and in the meantime, continue their battle, their tug of war over the forward bunker. The attacks are crazy. Commie Malenkov trying to get through, gets a hold of that flag, manages to claim it, but Herf comes swooping in afterwards and takes it right back again. Commie's all over the place. Do they send an engineer down? Well, Merc is out here, but he's worried more about the forward bunker, trying to get the capture in time for his team to spawn in. Not gonna happen. Bodies everywhere, but not an ally to spare, as Lizard is the only one standing for Warped Sanity. Throws out a couple of grenades, kills himself for a fresh spawn, and they're back in position on that forward bunker. Panzerfaust coming through, very ineffective. Not a single person even nicked by that one. And the commies are heading inside. Ben waiting for him around the corner, gonna do some damage. Can he get a frag from it? Well, yes he can. MP40 on Malenkov. Got a lot of MP40 fire. It is absolute cess on that flag. Lizard taking it back. There's a grenade coming in from Ill. And Eclipse trying to hold on to that flag for his team. Malenkov there to help him. Malenkov actually going to make a run for the east security door, as the Allies now may have full control of that forward bunker. Just got to get the dynamite down and get those doors blown. Waiting for him at the bottom of the west side is going to be Herf, joined by Lizard. Those two double teaming, and Jugs actually. There's three on that side. Coming back up the hill, let's go down to the west side, I think it is. No, it's the east side. I can't tell my east from my west. That's bad. East side, we've got Malenkov, Eclipse, Red Zone, Clue, all out here. They're going to make a run inside, not even worry about planting dynamite. Malenkov going to stick around just to get the dynamite down, while dynamite is going to be planted on both security doors. Now looking to see if they can get a covert ops inside and make an early push on that control panel. I'm inside. You know what I see? I see a medic, and I see another medic. And that's just about it. No one else in here for Commie Bastards. So they're going to have to wait for their covert ops to spawn in. Looking at the sides, west security door breached, east. Going to follow that one right up here in 2 seconds. 5 minutes and 16 seconds on the clock as we see the first moves inside by Commie Bastards. They're going to have a pretty well-planned attack. Get their covert ops in there. Make sure that they can continue an influx of covert ops, tossing down the satchel charges on those gun controls. As long as they can do that, they can set a time and win the set. As of right now, we have yet to see a covert ops throw down a satchel on these controls. They're still intact. Warp Sanity all over the place, providing some nice crossfire. We've got Jugs and Jibba playing the top levels, doing a crossfire from there. Herf at the top of Tower 1. No sign of a single person from Commie Bastards getting in close enough. Malenkov came close, but he couldn't get the satchel charge down before he got some damage done to himself. These guys are going to have to kill themselves and try once again. 4 minutes and 24 seconds, and still not a single satchel down on the controls. That is not a good sign for Commie Bastards. We may see a tie in this first set. Still watching for it. There's a satchel going down. Malenkov finally making it inside. Can he hold it down by himself, however, as Herf already there with the pliers out. Gets chased off by Clue. Malenkov has another satchel charge down there just in case they get that repaired while he's still alive. So he's going to wait behind a box and say, "Bring it, engineers." Looking at tower number 1, well over halfway empty. It's approaching the red sign. Oh, they repair the controls. Satchel charge going to have to be tossed down. Looking to see if they have anyone there. They do not. So they're going to have to wait for the next spawn as coolant tower number 1 refills with 3 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. Not much time left, really, to get 2 towers out of the way, especially since they've only had 1 attempt so far. Made it pretty far, but they weren't able to hold on to it. They've got to hold on to it. And, they're off to a very slow start. They were off to a slow start. Now they're off to a slow conclusion here on Reactor version B3. We continue to see, well, it was Jibba up high, but here come the Commie Bastards from all sides. Got a satchel charge going off in the process. Eclipse does some damage to his teammate Red Zone. They got a second satchel down there in front just in case they need it. It will sit there prepared for action. Here come Warped Sanity, fresh off the spawn. They're going to be doing as much as they can. Grenades coming out. Red Zone connecting with Jibba. We've got coolant tower number 1 nearing the bottom. Lizard has the pliers out, however. Can they stop him? Yes, they can with a satchel charge. Tower number 1 almost drained. Oh, talk about close. I was sitting there waiting for it to go off, but they do manage to be right there once again with yet another satchel charge. Tower number 1 has been destroyed, but a double team engineer repair by Lizard and Herf will get tower number 2 filling right back up. 2 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock. Maybe 2 more attempts by the Commie Bastards. They're going to have to do a nice back-to-back satchel charge to make sure those controls remain unrepaired to get tower number 2 drained. I'm still waiting for the incoming covert ops, watching for it right here. Getting into a quick battle. It's Eclipse trying to make his way inside. His teammate came in from the other side. I think Red Zone would be the man. And he manages to get tower number 2 draining, but the engineer is in there. Jibba behind the controls, continuing his work on it. Herf comes in from the front, and Jibba not tracked down by the Commie Bastards. They went ahead, they got the controls repaired, they tossed down another satchel charge, and guys, I think this is going to do it. Tower number 2 nearing the bottom. Looking out, let me see if I see any engineers for Warp Sanity. I do not. And another satchel charge is already lined up. It's going to happen. It's about to get a time set. The time will be 10 minutes and 30 seconds in favor of Commie Bastards, giving an overall score of 1-0. Commie Bastards take the lead. We're going to be switching things up here. Commies are going to have the chance to set the initial time, and then Warp Sanity will try to beat it. Now, I got to say, Commie Bastards, they had a very weak start, took things slow. They had a lot of defensive work coming their way, tons of explosions. But in the end, their perseverance paid off. They had some good strategies inside, and they made sure that they had their covert ops in good positions to continue planting satchel charges one right after another, and that spelled the victory for them. Efficiencies at the end of that one. At the end of 2 rounds, we have our top efficiency going out to Ill from Commie Bastards. Got himself a 60% efficiency, 49 kills, 32 deaths. Lowest efficiency will be 29% for Grim Reaper from Warp Sanity. 20 kills, 48 deaths. And that's your overall efficiency award so far in this match. Waiting for everybody to ready up. Going to take a quick pop out to IRC and see how everyone's doing tonight. Ion would like to give a shout out to the Challenge Pro Mode Euros who entertain us with all their foibles. All right. And Tristan would like to give a shout out to Zuni from Driven and all of Athenatoy. How do you say that? Athenatoy? Athenatoy. I don't know. I'm not a WoW player. I assume that's like a WoW server. Would be my guess. Still waiting on 5 more players to ready up. 2 from Warp Sanity, 2 from Commie Bastards now. Quick rundown of the rosters. Playing for Warp Sanity on the Axis side, Ben, Herf, Jugs, Grim Reaper, Lizard, and Jibba. On the sidelines, Asphyx keeping us company. Commie Bastards are fielding Clue, Merc, Ill, Eclipse, Malenkov, and Red Zone. Blue going to be warming the bench for that team. Mad love goes out to Game Force 1, Commission, and Razor House for providing ETTVs for this matchup. You can find the IPs in pound ETTV over on the Game Surge IRC network. And of course, if you'd like to find them on a webpage, there's an easy place to go, www.et-center.com. Just like I said it, ET- you know that little dash on your keyboard? Yeah, that thing. ET-center, like the middle of the universe.com. And the middle of the universe is also known as Trillian, so I am the ruler of all things. Waiting on one more player to ready up. It is Grim Reaper dragging his feet. Commie Bastards, they've managed to set 1 time so far, although not a fantastic one. It still won them that first set. 10 minutes and 36 seconds. Can they beat that time this time around? Maybe get a faster rebuild on that truck, get those boxes of that box of explosives on the flatbed sooner? We'll find out in just 14 seconds. You guys ready for it? Yes, Bug Smasher knows the world revolves, not just the world, the entire universe revolves around me. It's true. 3, 2, 1. This match has begun. Commie Bastards starting out. Let's see what they're going to do just off the start here. Clue trying to head inside immediately. He gets launched by Ben's grenade. Grim Reaper going to launch Eclipse. These guys are having fun tossing bodies across the map. Watching for the next attack to come through as Ben and Grim Reaper set up inside the shack, waiting for the next attacks by the allied team of Commie Bastards. Red Zone heading down the hill, almost makes it inside, getting launched around by artillery support. He not only gets hurt, but then he gets gibbed. All by the artillery support. No messy interaction involved. Objective has been picked up briefly by Clue, and then almost as quickly dropped inside. They knife his body and then return that box of explosives right back in its proper position. The truck, in the meantime, has been repaired, and with 11 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock, we're watching for the next Commie attack. Here it comes. Eclipse has picked it up. Red Zone and Clue right there with them. Eclipse heads up the hill, dodging the artillery support that has been called down, heads inside, and now going back down that back hallways, down the ramp, turns the corner, comes into the great outdoors. No, waiting inside the door, dodging artillery support. Can he make it inside? Yes, he can. Gets the truck loaded. 10 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this first half of the second set. And I've got to say, much better play by the Commie Bastards this time around. The truck approaching the front door, well, that will be blown wide open. And we'll see the first attacks by Commies in on that flag where the Warp Sanity team is waiting for them. Grenades raining down, MP40 fire, got Merc whipping out the rifle nade. MP40 from Jugs gets back-to-back kills on Merc and Malenkov. Forward bunker currently under Axis control. The Allies trying to sneak in. Got a little revive going on by Eclipse. He almost gets the flag, but not quite, and his teammates not able to make it in there either. So now we have the flag. Well, nope, there's Ill. Tries to get the flag. He got it just in time for a respawn, and that's going to put 3 from the Commie Bastards inside. Eclipse and Malenkov following up in the rear and making sure that forward bunker remains in their control. A lot of fights still going on here, however, so Warp Sanity still could reclaim it, although now the engineers are scattering, getting into their proper positions. Merc tossing down a dynamite at the west security door. East security door, dynamite going to go down. Wait, no, it's not. They're waiting for an engineer to get there. Here comes the engineer. Malenkov reaching into his back pocket, whips out that pile of dynamite, tosses it down, and draws out the Warp Sanity team. At the same time, the west security door is being attacked. The east security door is being attacked. The west security door's dynamite is being defused. So we are here with the west security door intact. The east security door has 20 seconds left on that dynamite. Finally get the west security door planted as well. And guess what? Covert Ops Eclipse from Commie Bastards sneaks inside, gets a little damage in on those gun controls to make sure that the engineers don't head outside for a defuse. Will they get both the west and east blown wide open? Well, 10 seconds left on the west security door. The east security door has been breached. That will claim them the forward spawn point for good. We're waiting for the Covert Ops to come down the east side. Malenkov waiting on the ramp right now for his teammate to give him the thumbs up to continue the attack. West security door is now officially blown with 8:25 on the clock. Here come the Commie Bastards. Watching inside, looking to see what kind of setup we're going to have here. Hearing bones crunching as Ben drops down to hide in a corner. Got some firefights going on. Commie Bastards and Warp Sanity getting into it just over here at the west or east security door. My apologies. And I'm looking at, well, Malenkov, red zone just inside the door here. Red zone doing a little revive action on his teammate. Nope, not going to pull it off here, as both of them feel the sting of that one. And I'm looking to see if any bodies are left intact. Not a single one. Lizard and Herf working together at the west side. Here comes Ill, Clue, and, well, Merc got launched by a grenade, revived by a teammate. Eclipse and Merc back in action here. Eclipse is going to be playing the covert role, as is Merc. Merc near death, however, going to need a revive in a second here, and Clue is happy to provide. 7:30 on the clock. That's a lot more time than they had last time when they made it inside, and they have managed to destroy the coolant controls. We see the coolant tower number 1 draining. And I'm looking for the engineer from Warp Sanity. There you go, Jibba dropping down from the heavens, getting the rebuild started. Jibba bouncing around while his teammates come and try to fend off his attacker. They are successful, and the controls are repaired by Jibba, still alive in this one, although he is very depleted in his health. We've got tower number 1 refilling. No sign of Commie Bastards to continue their destruction, so it's going to be a full refill. And they're going to start over once again. 6 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock. Here comes the next attack. Whoa, Jibba landing a grenade on his teammate, Ben. Eclipse was launched into the room, needs to be revived. Instead, he's going to get knifed in the noggin. And he will not last long. Well, coming in from the east side, we had the coolant controls destroyed by Red Zone. He is alone, however, in guarding these controls. He has to hope that his teammates are going to come in and offer him support very soon, as he did not survive for long. Tower number 1 about halfway drained, but we've got plenty of engineers all over that. It will be repaired soon. Tower number 1 approaching the red sign. Commies came in just in time to stop the repair by the engineers of the Warp Sanity team. And as tower number 1, it will drain unless they can get an engineer's pliers on there. Right now, they cannot. Tower number 2 has begun its draining. 6 minutes left to go. Halfway through this first half of the second set. Still watching for an engineer and no sign of one. Ill down low. He's preparing for battle. Jugs comes in. Lizard there as well. Jugs going to get ripped apart. Here you hear it. Jibba able to get in there with the pliers, but a satchel charge already placed. Starts tower number 2, continuing its draining. Jibba comes around the corner, joins up with Ben, and someone got in there. And they get another one down, but Malenkov right there with the satchel charge again. Back to back, and Coolant Tower number 2 approaching the bottom line. Once again, Jibba on there with the pliers. Red Zone comes rushing around, chases him off of it, and Tower number 2 is going to drain. Yes, it is. There you go. Time has been set. In the second set, that's what we're talking about. 6 minutes and 42 seconds. Much more what I expected from these two teams. So we'll be watching. You know, we've seen Warp Sanity start out fantastically, get less than a minute through that front door. So Warp Sanity has the starting power, but do they have the staying power to beat a time of 6 minutes and 42 seconds? We're about to find out very soon as Sphinx gives himself the Best Spec Award. Do you really think you can do that? I don't think so. Wouldn't you know it, I'm coming back in with 20 seconds left on the countdown, and I have the sudden urge to sneeze. What is it about Swink on IRC that makes me want to sneeze? I don't know. Swink, stop. I'm allergic to you, man. Just stop looking for goat sex on Yahoo, and we'll be fine, okay? Whew. 3, 2, 1, and this second half of the second set between Commie Bastards and Warp Sanity is now underway. Initial time is going to be 6:42. That's what the Warp Sanity team has to beat. 6:28 on the clock right now. ETTV is available. As always, IPs can be found in pound ETTV on GameSurge IRC network. Or, of course, you can visit the web at et-center.com. While you're at it, why not load up radioitg.com, check out our upcoming schedule. Got some shows going on, some good stuff. I think tomorrow we have Just Push Play starring Oswald. And we have, this hour has 69 minutes, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. Truck has been repaired, and now we're watching for the attacks to focus on that box of explosives. Looking inside, here come Ben and Jibba working together to get hold of that box. Jibba gets caught up on a wall, and that's going to spell his demise. The box of explosives now outside, ready to be returned, or begin the relay race across the map if Warp Sanity can get to it first. Nope, here comes Ill. He's going to get that returned as the match is paused. 999 Malenkov. Not a good thing at all. So Malenkov either going to have to get his ping fixed or get reconnected here. We'll give him just a moment to figure it out. Actually, you know, Puffs with lotion kind of messes with me because it's greasy, you know? You ever notice that? Malenkov getting his ping back. Not sure what happened there. He says, oh my. But we'll get this game started once again. Match resuming in 90 seconds unless they time in. You know, I think what the problem is with the lotion ones is that you go and you start to use it on your glasses and realize, oh shit, these are the lotion ones. And then you're screwed and you've got like streaks all over your glasses. Or is that just me? Match back underway. The Axis have returned the box of explosives. And we see Ill just inside, gets into a pistol fight with Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper staying alive, whips out the Thompson. And that's all she wrote for Ill. He has the objective. He's making his way across the map. How far will he go? Well, he's going outside, taking the risky route, trying to keep himself healthed up. Cannot do it. The relay race has begun. Jugs picking it up, going through some artillery support. Gonna get nailed across the map by Clue's fire. Artillery support rains down. Can the commies get in there and get it picked up? Jibba comes in, picks up that objective. Not for long. It's gonna get dropped right next to the truck. Ill finally making it across. He gets killed by his teammate Malenkov, but this is one of those times when it's okay to be killed by your teammate as long as the objective gets returned. 4 minutes and 43 seconds on the clock. Commie's moving back into position inside this shack, waiting for the next attack by Warp Sanity. Grim Reaper coming inside, ripped to shreds. And that's about it, actually. They're not making it very far. Wait, no, here comes Jibba. He comes in with some nice work, doing some revive action as well, but the Luger fire from Red Zone right to the temple is going to send him back to the respawn, waiting for the next time in. Got a lot of artillery support raining down in the great outdoors. 4 minutes and 14 seconds left to go, guys. We're watching Warp Sanity, see if they can pull off a miracle. They're going to be aiming for an outside run, I think, because they need to have as much time available as they can. Grenade coming in from Ill. Lizard almost got his hands on the box of explosives, but he was launched into a corner, not to be revived by the remainder of his team. Box of explosives surrounded by charred body parts and broken guns. The objective is picked up, however. Here we go. The run has begun. We have Ben taking an up-close run right near the axis. Oh, Malenkov right there in his path. And Malenkov basically gets one nice MP40 shot in there, maybe two. Objective is returned with 3 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. If Warp Sanity cannot get this thing picked up and start to do some damage, there is no way they can beat this time, and it's going to be a 2-0 victory by Commie Bastards. But they're trying. We have Jugs inside, nailed by MP40 fire. No, K43 fire from Merc. Merc chilling out all the way across the map, I'm guessing maybe up here in the alcove. Sure enough, that's where he is. The objective is returned. You hear it right there. The voice calls it out. Another battle happening in there. Ben picks it up. Jugs is nailed. Ben doesn't make it out there. These guys are all revivable, but there's not a medic in sight. Wait, I saw Jibba, but he didn't last long. So with 2 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock, normally you'd expect to be inside by now. And if you're not inside, you're going to have to either pull off a sneaky set of attacks or call this one good. Panzerfaust coming out by Herf. The box of explosives has been picked up. Jugs has it. Ben, I keep wanting to call him Jen. I don't know why, but Ben is going to take the relay, try to make it out. They pass it off. This time Jibba has it, and he's going to take the long way up towards the ramp with 2:15 on the clock. Not enough time, I don't think, for Warp Sanity to pull this one off. He's still got to get inside, get dynamite down on the doors, get inside. I mean, even if they manage to sneak someone in, it's going to have to be... Whoa! Panzerfaust from Ill destroys Jibba. Came flying across. You can hear the trail as it just went flying. Direct hit. And Ben's going to be able to finish this run. But guys, we have less than 2 minutes left to go in this set. I don't know if there's even a chance. They have basically got to get the covert ops flowing in as soon as that main door is blown if they're going to stand a chance of getting both towers drained. They cannot afford to have those controls built for more than a second before it's destroyed once again. So while everything moves inside, I think it's just going to be too late for Warp Sanity to pull off any kind of comeback here. I'm watching the attacks. Not even much going on with this forward spawn point. Mostly some artillery support outside. Grenades coming out as well. Still waiting for the battle to begin on the forward spawn point with 1:08 left to go. We've got Grim Reaper trying to come inside, but too many commies spoil the broth, and he's not able to get through that door. Less than a minute to go, and it is just bottom line garbage time right now. There is no chance in hell these guys are getting inside and getting both tanks drained in the time that remains. We're watching to see what kind of damage done. Everything's still happening outside. Clue gets some support fire down. Grim Reaper almost makes it in the doorway. Nailed by some Thompson fire. Finally, Lizard gets in there, captures the forward bunker. We are seeing the fight over the forward bunker with 33 seconds left to go. You know what's going to happen, guys. You know what's coming. Ill's going to vaporize himself and kill Jibba in the process. Nice little panzer to end the game. Finally, Warp Sanity gets through with a solid push, gets a hold of the forward bunker, sends engineers down. These guys are not stopping their run in spite of no time being left. I'm trying to see if we're going to get an engineer planting dynamite. Yes, we will at the west security door, but Jibba has already disconnected with 3 seconds left. Not even going to stick around for the completion of the match. That's never good. Objective not reached. Warp Sanity held off. Overall score 2-0 in favor of Commie Bastards. Good games. ETTV coming out from Ben. And these guys are going to just abandon ship. All of them coming off the server. So we're going to go ahead and head out as well.